Breaking news next on CBS 2's at 6. Brush fires and extreme heat. Firefighters battling flames on the 4th.
Plus, 4th of July making a comeback in Southern California. Tonight, thousands of people at the Rose Bowl for the big AmericaFest celebration.
And we are going to talk about viewing conditions. Will it be clear for the fireworks? That's coming up next.
Those stories, sports, and much more next at 6.
Breaking news right now on CBS 2 News at 6 p.m.
Breaking news on CBS 2 News at 6 and streaming on CBSN Los Angeles. A fast-moving fire is burning in Gorman along the Grapevine. The Tumbleweed fire has burned at least 600 acres so far, and there is 0% containment. 2 firefighters have suffered minor injuries. Deputies, they started evacuation south of Gorman OHV Park about 2 hours ago.
And breaking news in Agua, Dulce, tense moments as a brush fire burned towards that home there. Firefighters were able to save the house and the others around it, then stop the spread of the flames at just 4 acres. The Dulce fire burned near Sierra Highway and Agua Dulce Canyon Road.
And take a look at this. Firefighters also doused a fire near the Cajon Pass today. The lone fire burned 7 acres. The cause of this fire is under investigation.
Okay, we want to get to CBS 2's Olga Ospina, who is tracking the fire weather conditions out there for us. Hey, Olga.
Hi, Lesley and Chris. Yes, and we are looking at windy conditions as well. So you know that it is hot. We're also looking at dry conditions. And take a look at the wind. So we're seeing double-digit wind speeds, especially in those higher elevations out through some of those deserts, through places like the Antelope Valley, even the Inland Empire, looking at double-digit wind speeds. These are the sustained winds. So we're seeing gusts in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range, and that includes through places like Gorman. So we're going to continue to see those fires being fueled by those winds. Temperatures, it is a warm day, especially as you head inland. We're looking still at 90s in places like Woodland Hills at the 6 o'clock hour, 92 in Lake Elsinore. We have upper 90s in Victorville and still in the 100s in places like Palm Springs. So here's a look at current conditions. Again, we mentioned those deserts, 92 degrees with plenty of sunshine. We're going to talk also about that fireworks forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Olga. And speaking of fireworks, a star-spangled celebration tonight at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, AmericaFest is back, and this year, and so are the crowds.
And CBS 2's Rick Montanez live at the Rose Bowl, where everyone is getting ready for the big party. Hey, Rick.
Hey guys, yeah, a huge party, and the fireworks finale tonight is actually expected to be much bigger than it has been in previous years because the pyrotechnic pros have some left over from not doing any big shows last year. Let's show you right now what it looks like out here. We'll show you the crowd as they're getting ready to head inside, going through security to get inside the Rose Bowl for all the events that are going on out here tonight. About 20,000 people are expected to be sitting inside, and you can see, of course, there's lots of people here. Some say the show is better on the outside, but we've got some video to show you also of people who are tailgating, barbecuing, hanging out with their family and friends. About 200,000 people expected in the parking lot area for tonight's show. We talked with several families, all of them who make this a tradition every 4th of July. Charday Shields says she loves to celebrate her birthday out here at the Rose Bowl, and her mom, she actually used to take advantage of the crowds to make this night special.
And she was like, oh, they all here for me, Mom? Yeah, all these people came to celebrate.
Like, this is the party I'm throwing for you.
Right. And then they did the fireworks, and she's like, all for me, all for you. That's what I used to say.
Since COVID, this is like so awesome to see everybody here and party and see the fireworks. That's what we're here for.
Quite the trick she used to play on her daughter. As we look out live, again, you can see all the people set up with tarps and everything. And one of the benefits for people who are coming out here and maybe still need to get their COVID vaccine, there is a tent set up where people are distributing.
Others are taking advantage of that bike path right there. But everybody we spoke to today said that the 4th is all about family. From carne asada, lapping on the grill, to a group bike ride, to a cruise across Lake Lake, families like the Palomares celebrated the 4th of July at Whittier Narrows Recreation Center. Adriana lives in Rialto, but the rest of the family are from L.A., so this was a good middle point.
It's something exciting. Everybody's waiting for all this day to be together.
In Montebello, Ray Kender's fireworks stand could not keep up with demand.
We could have had more product. We could have had sold more inventory, but, you know, they give us so much and we sell out and that's it.
For everyone we talked to, this Independence Day took on new meaning after more than a year of restrictions from the pandemic.
Last year we didn't get to celebrate it, and I'm just happy that this year is a little bit better. You know, masks are off, so people are, you know, getting together more, and yeah, it's a happy day to celebrate.
Back in Whittier, Adriana and her family will cap off the night with a professional fireworks show.
Being safe, of course, definitely.
Keep in mind, safe and sane fireworks are not allowed everywhere. Cities like Los Angeles, Burbank, and Pasadena will slap you with a fine for lighting up any fireworks. We're live in Whittier. Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
Good reminder. Thanks so much, Jeff. Well, in the pandemic, Los Angeles County is reporting 457 new cases of COVID-19 and 4 additional deaths. Health officials say the county infection rate is being fueled by the more contagious Delta variant. And they say with 4 million LA residents still unvaccinated, there is enough risk for the Delta variant to pose a significant threat. A murder mystery today in South LA. Police want to know who killed a woman in her own home. Family members have identified the victim as Fatima Johnson, who lived in the Manchester area. They say she had been missing for 2 days. Her daughters were looking for her when they made the disturbing discovery at her home just after midnight.
And my sisters and I have been looking for her, and we found her. My sisters found her in her home, hog-tied with her mouth duct tape, rolled in a blanket.
It's disturbing for that family. Police say homicide investigators are trying to piece together what happened, but have not named any suspects or a possible motive so far.
A challenging holiday weekend for some residents in South LA. They were displaced last Wednesday after a powerful explosion when illegal fireworks shook their neighborhood.
Yeah, CBS 2's Joy Benedict spoke to some of the victims who are now at a local assistance center.
The fear was clear then, and it is still clear now, as so many living in South Los Angeles are out of their homes and their future unclear.
I don't know if they knew what were they going to cause, because they said it was just going to be a little thump, but it blew up.
Maria Velasquez and her family were evacuated from their homes by the LAPD Wednesday night.
We were supposed to be out of the house for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we just picked up and left.
They live right in front of the explosion. Their windows are now blown out and belongings still scattered.
And I went in there yesterday. It was like you couldn't recognize the house or anything. Everything's just messed up.
Now everyone is staying with a relative. But with structural damage, they need a long-term solution. So they came to the new local assistance center hoping for just that.
That they could give us answers. That they could see who's going to pay, because they want our insurance to go and pay and everything. We don't feel that our insurance should be paying or anything. I feel they need to pay.
And that's who's here. The city attorney's office, the city clerk, to discuss claims and agencies that can help with immediate needs like shelter, short-term and long-term.
We're having those conversations as well for those families that can't go back into their households. We're also looking to identify those living facilities that they can take their children and have some sort of a semi-permanent setting while they get through this struggle.
But these agencies aren't just here for those who have damage.
The community overall was impacted. So we're offering services to anyone who experienced trauma, who feels like they need to come here. So it's open to the entire community.
The Resource Center is comprised of about a dozen agencies, not only from the city, but local organizations as well. Right now, they expect to keep it open through the week. And although it appears the ATF will open the street back up on Tuesday, the Velasquez family won't be back anytime soon. The 3 homes on their property are red tagged and unlivable, meaning they not only need help, they need a new home.
You have two people that worked for whatever they consider their American dream, and in a matter of seconds, it all blew up.
Joy Benedict, CBS 2 News.
We want to get to breaking news right now. This is Sky 2 over the scene as police are searching for a shooting suspect. You can see it looks like a woman from this home came out. You also see a male coming out with their hands up. We do know police are looking for a shooting suspect. We're being told these people are not the suspects, maybe just living in this area. This is on West 156th Street and South Barclay Avenue. Deputies there on scene.
Yeah, definitely keep in mind, it is 4th of July. A lot of people out celebrating, enjoying their family for Independence Day. But as we just told you, these two are not the suspects who they're looking for. Definitely a developing story. A shooting suspect search in Compton. Of course, we'll continue to follow the story, bringing the very latest here on CBS 2. All right, so moving on, the Vice President Kamala Harris, she had an event here in L.A. What we learned, that's coming up.
Plus, officials in Florida preparing to demolish the remaining section of a collapsed condo before a tropical storm strikes.
And a warning about scam text messages, the new EDD fraud alert.
And here is a live look at a fireworks show right now happening, I believe, in Florida. You can see people out there celebrating quite the show, especially after not having very many last year.